I don't actually feel like I'm in a trance, to be honest. I feel relaxed, in a relaxed state.
Yeah, but it's a light trance. It's an altered state.
Yeah.
As I said before we began, the important thing is that you are able to focus your attention.
Yeah.
And the fact that you focused your attention and you picked up a dark energy, and then it responded, and you felt your energy draining, right, is confirmation that you've picked up on something that is important, that's relevant.
Yeah.
Now, you wouldn't have been able to pick that up in going about your normal day-to-day business because your mind is not focused at that level. So it's an important lesson, it's an important part of the process to understand that you have this ability, and we all have this ability, to shift the focus of our attention inward and do a self-search body scan. And I've worked with people who don't know they have abilities, and I've suggested to them, and again you can put it down to the power of suggestion, but at the end of the day you've got to ask the question, did that make a difference?
Yeah.
And I've asked people to use their power of internal vision and focus of attention and imagine that their mind is a higher powered electron microscope. Now, you may not even know what an electron microscope is, but it doesn't matter, because when you suggest to someone use your mind in that way, they just do it. And I've had people focus their attention and go in at the microscopic level and actually uncover the cause of involuntary spasms in the nervous system.
Okay.
In Tourette's syndrome, for example, where they visualized and saw and described neurons misfiring.
Okay.
Now, you can't do that with normal eyesight, but the mind can do it in focused attention. That's just the power of the mind.
Yeah.
And it's the powers of the mind that we are not taught, and we don't realise we have. So all you've done today is to learn how to focus your attention inwards and detect energy within your etheric body that doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
And everyone really needs to learn how to do this. And every doctor and psychiatrist and clinical psychologist needs to learn how to do this so that they can help their patients be cleansed at the etheric level. That's what you have a gang following you around, a gang of voices.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been there for 20.
A good 20 years, yeah.
And you don't know how to get rid of them.
No.
Right, well, let's get rid of them for you, shall we?
That's the plan.
What I'd like you to do is to assume again this altered state of consciousness.
Okay.
And I just want you to describe to me what you see. Right? I want you to be my eyes and ears. Okay. I'm blind and deaf, but you can see and hear what's going. You hear I don't hear these voices, you do.
Yeah.
Right? So I want you to describe to me what you hear and what you see. So I just want you to put your feet back where they were. And your hands on your lap. And just close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Listen to your breathing. And just acknowledge every breath you take. Every breath in and out. And just feel comfortable sitting on the chair. Firmness of the floor beneath your feet, and ground yourself with those roots through your feet. And just check the integrity of that protective aura around your body. No need to go through the whole process again, but just put that protective aura in place around your body. Connect with the light above. And just be still and rest, listening to your breathing. And I just want you to report to me what you sense, what you see, and what you hear. These voices that trouble you, are they around?
Yes,
Are they?
I can sense them.
You can sense them. Are they saying anything?
No.
They're quiet.
Yes.
I wonder why they're quiet. Are they hiding?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to see them?
Yes.
You would, okay. Well then look around. Look around and see if you can pick up their energy signature, their energy frequency. See if you can tell me if there are any shapes, colours.
Yes.
Tell me what you see. Just describe to me, if you can, what you see.
I can see or sense 3, maybe at least 3
Mm-hmm.
kind of entities, for want of better words.
Okay, do they have any kind of form?
They appear like scars
Like scars?
in dark flesh.
So they don't have an animal or human form?
No,
They look like a scar?
I look like a scar on my brain.
Really? Okay. So what are we to do with these? What would you like us to do with these?
I want them to go.
You want them to go? Okay, well let's have them taken away. Let's have them surrounded by light. Let's ask the guides to come in. A net of light, catch them all up, bundle them all up together, and cart them away. I want you to describe to me what you see.
I see my brain, I see growths on my brain surrounded by light. The growths are dark and the light is swallowing them.
Good. Tell me what else you see.
I'm aware of light,
Where's it coming from?
my brain,
Okay.
and they're diminishing.
Okay. So the light is driving them out.
Yes.
Good. Let me know when they're all gone. Or if there are any problems, any hanging on.
1 or 2 hiding, but I can see them.
Good.
They are dissolving.
Good. I want you to have a really good look round now. Look around at what you're seeing, what you identify as your brain. Look in every nook and cranny. See if there's anything hiding, anything skulking. Actually, in your mind's eye, you can open it up and look inside. Would you like to do that? You're doing it. And see if there are any traps put inside to trip us up.
They are losing.
They're losing, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can you count them? Were there many?
There are many. Or several big ones and residue from others.
Okay. So we've got a clean-up operation in progress now. We're asking for these negs to be swept up and carted away, detached. Let's ask for the cords that enabled them to connect with you to be dismantled and unplugged. Let us ask for the damage that they've done to the aura to be repaired and sealed so that they can't come back. And let us ask for, one of my favourite devices is what I call the cosmic vacuum cleaner. It's God's vacuum cleaner, comes in and sucks up all the negative dross that's left behind. Sucking it all up and dragging it away. And now we can also use the cosmic flamethrower and do a real proper clean up and burn out anything that's left. Burn out all the residue.
It seems freer.
Okay. What we're looking for is for pristine.
I'm getting a bright light. I'm visualizing a bright light.
Okay.
Surrounding my mind.
Okay.
The debris seems to be going or gone.
Right. It needs to be left in a pristine condition, shining, bright, clean, repaired. And you also need to be feeling that cleansing. And I'd like you to tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling I can visualize the light in my body and my mind, and it doesn't seem detached now, it seems one. And it's bright.
Good. Now I'm wondering if there's anything else that needs to be attended to here. I'd like you to tell me if you feel confident that all this negative energy has been cleared away.
I think I am.
Okay.
The negative energy is going.
Not gone yet.
Well, like my own personality has a dark side, but it's not sinister.
Okay.
Not like how the voices were.
Okay, good. Well, that's something we can perhaps attend to in another time.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, so while we're here now, while you have this acute focus of attention, I just want to explore the possibility that there are any other human souls earthbound around. Are there? Do you detect any spirits around?
Well, I think there's one.
Okay.
It's weeping.
It's weeping. Is it male or female?
Female.
Okay. Does it have a name? Does she have a name?
Don't know.
Don't know. Is this a woman or a girl or an
A woman.
A woman. I'm asking the weeping woman. Sounds as if you need help. Do you need help?
She's nodding.
She's nodding. Okay. Well, let's help you. Would you like to tell me your name? Tell me your name. Let us help you. What does she say?
She's upset.
She's upset, of course. Yeah, we know she's upset. Yeah, but we'd like to help.
She won't give a name.
Okay. Is that because she's afraid?
There's conflict with me.
Right. So what are we dealing with here, Mike? Is this What's the nature of this being?
Sorrow.
It's sorrow. Is this part of you?
I don't think so.
No. See, what I'm looking for here is just searching in the area around you to see if there are any other spirits that are earthbound and should be with the light. That's what we're really looking for.
She's turning away. Whether she's going into the light, but she's crying.
Well, if she's going into the light, that's okay, because she won't be crying for much longer if she's going to the light. And this is where the guides come in useful. This is where guides, because I can't see. And I need to be able to communicate with stranded and trapped earthbounds. And sometimes the mediumistic abilities of the client may not be up to that. So this is where the guidance comes in helpful. So I'm going to ask Andrew and Chen here. Do we have an earthbound here?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we do.
Right. Can you get a name for me?
Yeah, so the name she's presenting is Samantha.
Okay. Hello, Samantha. Do you want some help?
Okay, so she's saying yes/no. Depends what you're offering.
Well, Samantha, are you happy where you are?
So, okay, so she's saying she's not happy, but she's comfortable.
Okay. Are you supposed to be here?
Okay, so she doesn't know the answer to that, but she's saying that she likes Mike's energy, and
Right.
therefore she's interacting with him on an etheric level.
Okay. What I'd like to find out from you, Samantha, is what happened to you at the end of your life. Can you remember?
Okay, bear with me, starting to get...
You're picking up on the emotions.
Yes.
Yeah. Step back a little bit, yeah, and let her convey to me what happened. If she can step back and be a witness to what happened rather than experiencing it again.
Yeah, just disconnecting myself from
Okay.
seeing and feeling where we are. So I can see basically a city that's in bits, that's been in a war zone somewhere, and she has her children with her, and they're running through roads basically from battle scenarios.
Okay. Can you tell me where this is? And when?
Okay, I'm just asking now. So now she's speaking to me in a dialect that I don't understand, so
Okay.
I'm just asking to be shown symbols that I would understand.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like Slavic type
Okay. So, right. Okay.
situation.
This is something that Mike's picked up, what, in his military career in the Balkans, perhaps?
Yeah, okay, so she's saying that he's not the result of where she is.
No.
He was in the appropriate area, basically.
Right.
So she's saying after she passed with her children,
Mhm.
because they all passed at the same time,
Mhm.
they were left wandering around, and Mike, in passing, and being quite energetically light,
Yeah.
has attracted them
She
to
was
him.
drawn to him, yeah, because of his light.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's saying that he's a lovely guy.
Well, yeah, he is a lovely guy. But Samantha, when the spirit leaves the body, it really does need to go somewhere else. Some people call it heaven, some people call it paradise, but it's a much nicer place than where you are at the moment. And we'd like to help you find your way there.
Okay, so she's just showing me now, behind her is a whole raft of different discarnate earthbounds.
I'm sure there are.
So we're talking like hundreds as opposed to tens.
Well, this is a war zone, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
We had this the other day with another case, didn't we?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Yeah. So,
So she's saying to me that she knew she needed to leave, but her children had connected with Mike,
if
and
they,
therefore she stayed on the basis that she couldn't separate the two, if you like.
no, of course not. Okay, well, she needs to take her children with her, doesn't she?
Okay, yeah. And she's also the forefront in terms of speech for all of these other
Okay.
discarnate energies, basically.
Okay, so what we need to do here, correct me if I'm wrong, we need help from the guides here to take Samantha back to the circumstances that she found herself in with her children, where she attached to Mike. We need help with the guides to take her back there to reconnect with her own family and her own people who also suffered this war, and collect them all up together and enable them and escort them to where they should be in the light. Can we arrange for that to be done?
Yes, I've just asked Jen to basically facilitate that.
Okay.
So I've opened a door to the other side, to the light, and asked each one of them to go through and find someone appropriate that will collect them.
Okay.
She's still talking to me, and she's saying that she wants to apologise to Mike, basically. One, because they know that they fed from him energetically, which is why he's very tired and been struggling. And she's saying that the visions that he's had from the war zone, the PTSD aspect, is from their experience, not his. Right. So she's saying that we know what he's reliving in dreams and in those thoughts isn't really his own experience, it's through the people that were living in the war zone at the time. And she's kind of apologising that he's had to endure that experience, because it's obviously been very traumatic.
Okay, but that's very, very useful to know, isn't it, Mike? Will this make sense to you?
I would have said no, but you know, I was in the Balkans, and I never mentioned that to you, Andy.
Not to me, no.
Fair one.
Okay, so this situation can be resolved now then? Anything?
Okay, so they're all going through, so she's just holding back just to finish off the conversation, basically. So she just wants me to say to you that from their aspect and their angle, they would like to say thank you for allowing them to be free, effectively. Because she's saying that's what's actually happening, is that they know they're in the wrong place and they don't really want to be connected to a human, especially when they realise that they're having a negative impact on his life.
Right.
And they're saying that, you know, we are sorry, but it's how it is, if you like.
Well, there's no need to be sorry, and there's no need to thank us in that way, really, because we are here to help. We're helped. We are here to educate and help other people understand. So I'm thanking you for helping us understand, Samantha. So thank you, and thank you for explaining everything to us. Thank you for helping us educate others, and have a safe journey.
Okay, cool. So she's going on that basis.
Okay, good.
So she's just saying to me that as soon as she disconnects the last connection to Mike's etheric, he's going to feel
Different.
better, basically.
Okay.
Because obviously he's been very, very physically drained.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So that's done.
Okay, so we've done quite a lot of work today, and whilst I've still got you,
So yeah,
and Chen, is there anything else that needs?
yeah, so it's still a neg.
Is there?
Yeah, yeah. Because I can hear it talking to me.
Okay, what's it saying?
Well, it's just laughing that it's been missed, effectively.
It's just shown itself.
Yeah.
Stupid Nick.
Can you hear that, Mike? Can you hear this conversation?
No.
Okay. Are you aware that there's anything else around you that doesn't feel quite right?
I'm just tired.
Okay. Do you want to deal with that for us?
Yeah, yeah, I'll just whip him off. So I'll just basically connect to it, cut the cord that's connected to Mike, and then pass it to Chen to remove. So that's done now. So now what I do is a sovereignty check, basically, on Mike's etheric field. So I just ask 3 times, is Mike sovereign, yes or no? Is Mike sovereign, yes or no? Is Mike sovereign, yes or no? So I've just done that. I've got 3 yeses, so that I'm comfortable there's nothing negative attached to him. And now that we've dealt with the discarnate aspect, from from an etheric perspective, I can see that his etheric field is now clear completely.
Good.
And Chen's confirming to me that what I'm seeing is what he agrees with. So we're both happy with that.
Okay, good. Well, thanks, Chen, for that, and thank you. And what we've been able to demonstrate today is the value of having someone close by who is psychic, who is a medium, because it takes that degree of sensitivity and the ability to communicate in order to reach these levels of consciousness. So, Mike, what I'd like you to do is to bring yourself back very gently back to normal everyday consciousness. Do it, follow my instructions, just focus your attention on your feet on the floor and feel yourself grounded to the planet. Feel your body sitting in that chair, and you are back in this room, and on the count of 3, open your eyes and return to full everyday waking consciousness. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open and wide awake. And just take a few moments to allow yourself to process and accommodate what you've just experienced. Have a little rest. So that's how it works. What we try to do in the first part of the exercise is to get the person into a state of consciousness where he is able to access his own spiritual energy field, his etheric body. And there are varying degrees of success in doing this. Some people find it very easy, others find it very, very difficult. And of course it's in the most difficult cases that we need the help and guidance from a practiced medium such as Andrew. So when we are looking at and here we've got dare I say, a case that is quite typical, right? A person who's been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, has been in a war zone, and will suffer the psychological consequences of that. And then when they go for treatment, and those kind-hearted souls who do their best in counselling and treatment for this, if they don't have this knowledge, then they're not going to solve the problem. So every clinic, hospital, help centre, every resource that is set up to help people deal with voices need to learn these techniques. Otherwise, they're going to fail. So let us see now, after a few moments, when Mike has had a chance to process what he's experienced, we'll take a little break there, and perhaps we'll come back and address any questions that anyone has to ask, or any comments that anyone has to add. So let's take a little break there, shall we?
Yeah, when I was on the train coming here yesterday, somebody came over the tannoy, or it appeared to be over the tannoy, and just said, "Hello, Sammy." That was it. So, amazed you picked that name up. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
There were quite a lot of them.
Yeah, well, it's been going on for years, but I thought you when you were talking about the children stuff, there was a time in Kurdistan that really affected me, coming across the children that were dehydrated and you know went back in the Gulf Ops of 1991. But the Balkans, what you were saying was ringing true, because even though I was in the Balkans, where I was in Zagreb, there wasn't a great deal of combat actually in Zagreb, and yet you were saying that someone had attached myself from the wider region. It kind of made sense, because you said that even though the visions that I was seeing from the Balkans were not from my own experiences, because I was in Zagreb, as I said, but yeah.
I was actually seeing buildings falling and this family rushing through the streets with just pandemonium going on really,
Yeah.
and then it just stopped. So they were all obviously wiped out at the same point in time, basically.
Okay.
And then of course,
It made sense. And another thing that was happening before Terry engaged you, she was turning away and looking at you. I was visualising in my brain, and then she was turning away and looking at you, and then you engaged Andy, and it's like you took over from there. So it was like bizarre.
yeah. Of course, I'd already started talking to her by then. So when she turned away from you, I kind of realised that she wasn't going to play really. So I thought I'd just say hi, and
Yeah.
you know, they're a bit shocked then when they suddenly realise that somebody else can see them and talk to them, because they're normally just used to talking to you or the person that they're with.
Yeah.
So suddenly, like, we can frighten them the same way they frighten you and say hi.
Mm.
Like, wow.
Shall we have a sandwich?
Yeah.
Anybody fancy a sandwich?
Yeah. I'm going to grab the
All done.
Mm.